have to play build phase spells before you've revealed the rooms? Or just before the heroes start going?
That's kind of up to you. It absolutely has to be before the heroes go. But it can, the build phase is anything from placing the rooms to the last room reveal. So as long as you play it before the bait phase, which is when you decide where the heroes go where, it can be played.
That's not a good.
Are you going to use your promo card? I think you're only supposed to have one. Oh, I guess I can.
You are, but who
play with something else? All right, let's see what happens.
The game. This is also.
We'll see what happens. Okay. If you want your voice to be heard,
you're gonna roll the dice.
If not, you talk somewhere else. That's fine. There's my card for my stuff, my content that I.
Yeah, sure. I'd like to hear how bad I was after this.
It'll be posted on YouTube in a couple weeks.
Okay. Well. There we go.
Dr. Timebender.
I believe it's pronounced Timmy Bender.
Timmy Bender.
Okay. So I don't know. I mean, you obviously know a little bit about it. I'll go through the explanation.
I know card games.
Okay.
I don't know this.
That's a start.
I know card games, and I watched the entire introduction of this.
There you go.
But go ahead and run through it anyways.
Well, the way I like to describe Boss Monster is you are basically Bowser at the end of a castle. Each player is their own boss. You are going to build a dungeon from right to left, and then heroes are going to go through your dungeon looking for treasure. Yes, from left to right. It's a side scroller, and it's
obviously
it's for the listeners. It's 8-bit themed. If you grew up playing Nintendo like I did, it's great. It brings back a lot of nostalgia, lots of memories. So we gave you your bosses. Each boss has a level up ability which triggers once during the game once you've built your fifth room. That ability can be like it happens and then it's done. It can be something that lasts for the duration of the game. It all depends. He also has a treasure icon and an XP value, which yours is, I believe, the highest one ever. Yeah, and
that just determines who goes first, right?
Yeah, it's mostly for drawing cards and revealing certain things, and other than that, it's not really a big deal. So you're each going to get just please, thank you. I don't want to knock it over, that's all. You're each going to get 5 room cards. What am I at, 4? 5. And you're going to get 2 spell cards. Now, spell cards are a little bit more rare. You get these 2 in the beginning of the game, and you traditionally do not get another one unless you have an ability that allows you to draw spell cards, which is usually through a room. I think some bosses have abilities that allow you to do stuff with spell cards, but mostly to get more spell cards, you have to have a room that will allow you to draw more spell cards.
For a spell that says choose a room, is that the room that's been flipped over already?
Can I see it? Just to... yes. Obviously, you know that's not going to be one of your rooms. Okay, so, quick thing about rooms. There are 2 types of rooms. There's a monster room and there's a trap room. Monster rooms have a little goblin guy at the top. Trap rooms have a little skull and crossbones. Each room has its own special ability. They trigger at different times. Some of them are if a hero dies in this room. Some of them are once per turn. Some of them are when this room is built. It happens all different points during the game. Each one is kind of unique. They also have a little icon here, which is how much damage it is going to do to a hero. And then to the right of that, it is going to have an emblem, which is the treasure type that is in the room. And that is going to be how you attract heroes. So if I draw a hero real quick, that is a bad example. That is a better example.
That's nice.
Yeah. So now, nah, it's fine. Now the thief, he's going to be looking for bags of loot. So if you see in the top of that card there's a little loot bag. Whoever has more of those in their dungeon, that hero is going to go there.
It matters if this somehow did turn down.
Now on the bottom of the card, you also see that he has a hit point value, which is how much damage you want to do to him, and he's also got a little blood droplet, which denotes how many wounds he's going to give to you if he makes it through your dungeon. They also have little flavor text on it. It's not entirely important to the game, but it's fun to read them. So that's what happens when a hero enters your room. Also, these are both basic rooms. They have little gray circles. This is an advanced room. It's got a gold circle. It says advanced room on it. They're a little more powerful. Advanced rooms cannot be placed down right away. You have to build them on top of a basic room. And the only rule for building an advanced room is that it has to share a treasure symbol. So this advanced room I could not build over the Goblin Nursery because the Goblin Nursery has swords, this has a relic. But I could build it over the Inner Sanctum because it shares the relic symbol. You can build basic rooms on top of an advanced room or any room you want. They don't have to share treasure symbols at all. Honestly, that's really about the basics of the game. So at the beginning of each round, at the beginning of the game, we're going to reveal two heroes, which are the Thief and the Fool. Now the thing with the Fool is, since he does not have a treasure up there, he actually goes to whoever has the least amount of souls. Now you guys are tied for souls right now because nobody has any. If there's ever a tie in treasure, that hero stays in town. And then next turn, you'll have another chance to try to lure him to your dungeon. And it does get to points where there will be a stack of heroes waiting to get into a dungeon, and somebody will break that tie, and all of a sudden 5 heroes are going to come flying into your dungeon looking for treasure. So, that being said, you face down will now each place a basic room to the left of your boss. So you've both placed your first rooms, you reveal them. It should technically go with him. My friends and I just kind of go at it. And so you have that one is to the room to the left, and that's a once per turn thing. So nothing when, like, if this room is built, something happens. So that was the build phase. If you wanted to play stuff now during the spells during the build phase, that would affect. Honestly, it's the beginning of the game. You probably want to save stuff like that unless you have something that would really benefit you right now. So the Thief would be going to your dungeon because of your loot. The Fool is going to stay there because you are both tied. So
with the Thief incoming, I'm going to play super effective. Okay. So only one hero is lured to my dungeon, so I'm going to give +4 damage to this room.
Okay. Yeah. So this card, it's they added spell cards in the second one that have like either or effects, which is kind of neat. So his is he's going to do, if only one hero is lured to your dungeon this turn, that room does +4 until the end of turn. I don't know if you want to show that to the camera too. That's a new thing that they added in the first one, and a lot of cards in here only have one effect. So he chose the more powerful effect because he could. So.
Smacking that guy.
Well, and that's the thing, because heroes early on in the game is not a great thing because chances are they're making it through. Right. So that is going to be 6.
It dies in this room.
Yep.
It gives me a soul. And because the hero died in this room, I can immediately build another room in my dungeon.
There you go. Yeah, so that's that ability. If a hero dies in that room, an effect triggers, and his is he can immediately build another room. Is it any sort of room?
You may immediately
build another room in your dungeon, so he is going to reveal a second room. So there you go. So, end of that round, you would check to see if anybody had 10 souls, and nobody has 10 souls at the beginning.
Build over a room, is it destroying a room?
It stays there, and then if that room gets destroyed, the room below it just gets re-revealed. So beginning of the turn, we are going to reveal 2 more heroes, yep. And then you each get to draw a card, starting with the player of the higher XP value. And then you would go to build phase, where you would place your room cards face down again. And then that's that's how you do it for the rest of the game. At the beginning, you reveal heroes, draw a room card, you do build phase, you do bait phase, you do adventure phase. And if nobody has won, rinse and repeat.
When do you draw more spell cards?
When something tells you to.
Yeah, spell cards are pretty rare. You basically have to have like a room card that would allow you the ability at some point to draw more spell cards.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for letting me come here and hang out. That's I've been telling a lot of people. I mean, I found out about Boss Monster through ThinkGeek when they started selling it, and when
They were one of our first carriers.
it's great. When you guys were doing the Kickstarter for Boss Monster 2, I mean, my friends and I love Boss Monster, so we definitely. I was like, I knew I was Kickstartering that game as soon as you had said that you were going to do it, and I'm from the East Coast, and I generally go to PAX East. They enter in the order that they are drawn. So, I mean, technically this fool would be going first.
Okay. That changes what I
Yeah.
thought I would want.
And I didn't go to PAX East last year, but like the last time that I went to PAX East, most of, if not all of the vendors were carrying Boss Monster and Tools of HeroCon, and I thought it was great because I love seeing like a small company do with a great game doing really well.
We're very happy with how it's doing.
Yeah, no,
Now it's like crazy.
Yeah, no, it's great. So you both have your rooms down?
So once per turn, when I force an opponent to I can force an opponent to discard a card, and then I can put that card into my hand instead.
That's awesome.
So I'll force you to discard it.
Well, once per turn, when you force.
Oh, when I
so you
force.
have.
So yeah, you would have to have another card that allows you to do that.
Yep.
So it's just
And then yours is once per turn you may discard a monster room to
To give a trap room. Now, why would I give -1 to a trap room until end of
Mine.
His trap
Would I be
room.
able to do it to him?
Yeah, you wouldn't want to do it to your own trap room.
That's what I thought.
Or maybe you would if like the room after that trap room was like if a hero dies in this room.
Then something awesome.
Yeah, but most of the time, yeah, you would be doing it to him. But he doesn't have any trap rooms, so he doesn't have to worry about that right now.
Not yet.
So, so now we go to the bait phase. The Fool is going to go to your dungeon.
My way.
Oh, it's going to go to his way because he has less souls.
Oh, with the fewest souls. Then that's not the card that I wanted to play.
Well,
I thought that the
you need to
fool was
read it.
coming to me. No, when we said it earlier, I thought that it said remote.
Now, the Hitman is another addition to Boss Monster 2. It's not in the original. Not necessarily the Hitman, but this type of hero with the star is called the Dark Hero, if you want to show that. Dark Heroes have abilities that players can take advantage of. So, the Hitman's ability is once per turn, any opponent may discard a room with a treasure, loot treasure, to give this hero +3 until the end of the turn. So now, he's going to go to his dungeon because he's the only one with the treasure.
Right.
But say he had this card room. So if you
All the misplay.
had any in your hand, you can actually discard it to make sure that he makes it to the end of his dungeon.
He's got 6 health. He's going to make it through, right?
And I mean, even if he plays something at some point to make sure he doesn't make it through,
still respond.
you can still respond to it with that.
Right.
And then
4, right? So he's making it.
yeah. So this mage, you guys are tied for spellbook, so he's actually going to stay in 10. How are you guys doing down there?
if you destroy a room in the middle of your dungeon, do the rest of them slide over?
Yes, they do.
Unless there's a room under it.
If you just
Well,
go
so-
to the top room, do you just reveal the
Yeah.
reveal the bottom one?
Yeah, that would be
You
the.
guys been discarding the old rooms?
It hasn't come up yet.
Yeah.
I've done one.
Even if
It wouldn't have mattered.
Even if you were, it'd be okay. It only affects the game so much. I mean, this is also the type of game, like some games when you mess up a rule, you're just like, oh man, the whole game is like practically ruined. This game, probably not. You're still having a good time, you know. It is a lighter game, but it's
You could definitely do this with like shots. Like every time a guy gets through, it's like
you take a shot. I
Yeah,
might
you got through your dungeon. Shot.
I might have to try that with my friends at some point. Okay, so higher XP goes first. So
Makes it through.
he's going to make it through. You take a wound. You're a
This guy does
fool.
not
dies.
He does not make it.
Bam.
So
He dies here.
no.
He takes one.
Takes
He
one.
takes another one.
If the room to the left.
Oh wait, that's 3. Oh wow, that's 3, 4.
Yeah,
So bam, he just.
So you're right.
He dies in the first.
See, now it wouldn't matter if that was, you know, sometimes they're like if a hero dies in this room,
Because of
but it doesn't matter. So
Okay, so he dies. He goes into my souls.
yep. End of the round. Nobody has 10 souls. We reveal heroes, and you each get to draw another room card.
got the fighters. That's about it. Let's go back 4 feet now.
Oh man. Hey, can I get a picture of you guys? That's awesome. There we go. Great, thank you. My wife will love that.
Okay, so I have the fighter coming my way right now.
Well, don't forget about building your room, man.
Oh, I know. I'm just looking at what's out there.
Yeah, right now you are in the lead for weapons, so the fighter is going to be looking for weapons.
And I'm in the lead for treasure.
Yeah, so as it stands, you are going to get 2 heroes unless he can.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out.
So you have, I mean, those are, I can't see the symbols, but are those both mixed? Okay. Yeah, I mean,
I guess that's okay.
it will, I mean, that one might be good because, I mean, I don't want to give anything away, but I think that one would be better, honestly. Yeah, because you've got that, which is gonna, but you have that, which is gonna.
Yeah. That's what I was looking at. I just wish it was.
He's just gonna play it face up. It's not a big deal. So
I got the Hall of Mirrors.
see, but he did that. So, and that's the kind of thing that
Stays
happens.
in the middle now.
Yeah, and so does the mage.
Mage does as well, and the thief still
Yeah.
comes my way.
What we were trying to do was stop the fighter from going anywhere, but get the mage to go to his dungeon. But your play actually nerfed that. So the thief is the only thing that is going
I still only
to.
got one spellbook.
Oh, you do only have one.
Yeah, so I take the mage. The mage goes to
Yeah, because you built over the one that was already
the
there.
mage goes first.
Yeah, so the mage is going to go there, fighter is going to stay, thief is going to go there. So now you are in adventure phase.
Yours goes first.
Yep. Tunes.
Did 8 to that guy? Let's see.
No, he's still got 5.
Oh, you put him in your wounds.
Yeah. Does the mage die in yours? Yeah, he does.
How many wounds can I take?
5.
5.
Yeah, letting a hero through isn't always a terrible thing. Especially if you have a spell or something that's going to do more good for you later in the game.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'm looking at possibly using a spell here, but
yeah, I mean, honestly, you know, you both have 1 soul. He's got more wounds, so that's a plus. It might not be a bad idea just to, yeah.
Well, hold on. He takes 1 damage here, 3 damage here, and 1 damage here, right? Oh, so that's fine. Yep.
just barely.
Yeah. And that happens. Sometimes you'll be like, oh, come on, just I gotta have something in my hand that'll do 1 more damage. And you just got.
But I don't want to use it yet.
Which one is it?
I kind of want to save that one to get a 2-for-1. You know what I'm saying? Because I can hit. Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Moving on.
All right.
Okay, so.
2.
Yep, so fighter and a mage.
Everybody else.
It's a Boba Fett.
Yeah.
It's a Fett fighter.
Hey, you know, it's funny too if you look at if you really take the time to like look through the hero deck. I mean, there's references to a lot of stuff. There's one guy, I believe it's in Boss Monster 2. He looks like the dude from Assassin's Creed.
Right.
The Hitman guy that was out before obviously looks like the guy from Hitman. So there's some pretty. This game is full of that like sort of very subtle like nods to things, and I like that. You know.
So when does this take place?
Once per turn. I did it kind of right at the end of my turn. If you want to destroy a room right now, or
No, I want to destroy this room before it takes effect.
That's not good. That's like the beefiest mage I've ever seen.
Yeah, right?
Look at this.
Never ever in a session of Dungeons and Dragons has there been a mage so beefy.
This is the hit points on a mage. This is the hit points on a fighter.
He's not a great fighter. He's like entry level fighter there. the mage with the 8 hit points.
That's like a level 3 mage. That's like a level 3 fighter. It happens.
Oh, that's awesome.
Also with the scaling too, though, like that guy should not be in your game. Hey. Not like with 4 players, anybody's gonna be able to take care of that. But
he has a negative con. He has like a +5 con.
Yeah, there you go.
Fine.
All right.
So as things rest currently, neither of these guys are going anywhere because we both have 3 swords, correct?
Right.
True.
And the mage will be coming for yours. However, I'm going to cast before those guys end up going places. The secret stash.
Well, you cannot play that because we are not in build phase anymore.
So after the last room is revealed, you can't play build cards anymore. All right, because that's what they were asking earlier, and you weren't sure.
Well, I mean, obviously, if there's a card that really has to go like before the bait phase, but I mean, you guys played the cards. We kind of looked at everything, like. You know, there is a little bit of leeway, but the build phase is basically from the placing down of the cards till like the last card is revealed. I mean, I would say because we're placing the heroes where they go. All right, we can.
Okay, so let's see. Before she starts moving, let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7.
6, 7. Yeah.
You're only short one.
I know. All right, I think we'll let her through. She's kind of cute, so you know.
There you go. It's not a bad thing. Throw her a bone, you know.
Yeah, you know. Throw me a freaking bone here.
There you go.
All right. You get to draw.
And we'll put out 2 more heroes. We have a slightly less beefy mage for you.
Hey, I can handle that one.
And we have another thief. The real question is, who is going to do something about all those fighters?
Me.
This guy, I guess.
This guy.
I'm gonna do the thing. With fighters. That fighter was played first, then that fighter, and then these guys just picked up, correct? Now, how do you level up? When you have 5 rooms?
You are about to find out.
So, ready to go?
Yeah, so now you can reveal your cards. Okay. So, first off, he's played an advanced room. It shares the same treasure symbol, so he can place that there. It doesn't matter if it's a trap room or a monster room. Now, you've built your 5th room. Now, once again, building a 5th room obviously doesn't mean that you're done building your dungeon. You can build advanced rooms, you could even build basic rooms, you can constantly be evolving your dungeon. What it does mean is that you get to level up your boss.
Yes!
So you have a level up ability, which is for the rest of the game, once per turn, you may discard a spell card to cancel an opponent's spell. So once again, you sort of need the ability to be able to draw a bunch of spell cards, which
I don't have yet.
But you might still get a room card that's going to allow you to do that. You know, it's things like, you know, if a hero dies in this room, draw a spell card, discard a room card to draw a spell card, you know, things like that. Now, just for example, if, I mean, obviously this is for the rest of the game thing. If it wasn't, if one of your rooms was destroyed and then you built back up to a 5th room, you wouldn't get to re-trigger that ability. It only gets triggered once per game, but luckily yours is for the rest of the game. So,
Monster allocation?
hero allocation.
Hero allocation.
So the fighters.
Fighters are all coming to me
That's true.
in this order. And then
you have a mage and a thief.
Gold.
And the thief is actually
I've got 1 gold.
I have 1. I have 2.
Well, then he goes there.
He goes there.
So there you go. So heroes go through your dungeon first.
Right. He takes 2, he takes 1, he takes 2, and dies.
Seems pretty good.
2, 1, 2, 2.
So good.
He dies in my Fang Root garden. Nice. Which actually lets me put down another room immediately.
Yep. Now it still has to follow the build rules,
Yeah, that's fine.
but it just allows you to do it out of the build phase.
It's absurd how large it is. So replace my dark core.
I'm a little curious what is up with the stock on this dude's shoulder.
The link, the female links.
Is that what that is?
I can't see all of
What
them.
are we looking at? No, the thing on this guy's shoulder here.
Oh,
With the tube sticking out of
it's
his
a
butt.
puppet.
Oh, yeah? So, like,
The other end of the puppet has knobs on it. You can actually twist and turn to
what, make the
modify
head move
where
or
it
something?
looks, open its mouth.
No, I got it right here.
Oh, that. Thank you. This is pet. What's your pet?
Pretty much.
Oh, there you
And
go.
then I guess I've got this guy coming through, right?
You would have that
Three
guy.
guys in the Hall of Mirrors.
Okay.
So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yep. 0. He's out.
There you
She
go.
dies here, and then actually there's 3 here, so that's actually
Yep, so
she actually dies here.
Yep.
So turn when you face down. Okay, that's okay. So yeah, that's soul there.
Okay, there you go. So, once again, nobody's
and
got
that
10.
levels me up.
Right.
This is going to level you up. Yeah.
Ability's good.
So I get to choose another boss, and for the rest of the game, that boss also has the other bosses. Now when it says choose,
Well, I mean, there's only
There
one.
was 3 or 4 people playing.
Yeah.
okay,
You
so
can see you get
He's,
I get-
yeah, he's the only other
I also
boss.
get spellbound.
So,
all right, awesome.
and we'll make this easy. We'll grab one from the bottom, and you can kind of slide it under your boss. That way you don't constantly forget. Because that's, if I were playing, that's what I would be doing, was forgetting that I had that. So that way,
Now my boss isn't actually dealing damage; it just
it's just kind of there.
holding that counter spell.
People ask that question, and I think somebody, maybe you asked it earlier about the boss.
Yeah, I asked if the boss does.
If they do damage,
Draw. Then
I draw, then you draw.
they're lazy bosses. They just kind of rely on their dungeons to do all the work, I guess.
Once per turn when you force
We got 2 more thieves.
put that card in my hand instead. Yeah, I don't think
greedy.
no, you're not forcing me to do it. I'd be cheating.
Now,
I don't know.
he's got more loot bags.
But that's still not forcing.
So, and he's also ahead of you in soul,
I've
so
got 2 loot bags.
it would probably benefit you to try to figure out how you could at least tie
I
that.
think I got this.
Or keep them from getting there somehow. Or make sure they get through somehow. Would be even better. Let them go to his dungeon, but just make sure they get through. But
I've played a 4 fight. I was the person not having 5 wins at the end of the turn.
also, just so you know, you are not required to build a room. Like, if you are perfectly content with your dungeon and its hero slaying ability, exactly.
So you can actually stockpile rooms that way to some degree?
Yeah, you can. I mean, there's no hand limit, so you could keep drawing, and maybe you do eventually get something better. But if you have a dungeon and it's doing just fine, why mess with a good thing, right?
Fair enough.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with that one.
So we'll do the room reveal, and there's another treasure. But he put down a room that has
2 treasures.
2 loot
So we're tied on
treasures.
treasures.
Yep. And none of them are when this room is built kind of things. So then that was a very quick round. So then let's reveal 2 more.
And you get us our cards.
Yep.
My card, your card.
Now you have 2 clerics. There you go, sir.
Wow. Wow.
Now he's got a lot of relics over there. He's got 3 relics. So
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna take that.
the better thing to do would maybe be trying to get those thieves to come to you.
Rooms and then everyone dying or systems now. So after you get the 5 people, the math is So I have this handy dandy quick start guide. Also one here. So you start the game by drawing 5 rooms.
I'm
I lied. First start the game by getting them off. Start the game by getting them off. Draws monster.
No, the bosses, they don't matter.
Here we go. All right.
Okay.
At the end of each turn, I have to destroy a room in my dungeon.
Ooh.
But it's worth 5.
Yeah,
Yes, it is. And it gives me more money back.
that's true.
Yep. So
Wow.
I think what?
All those icons.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot.
That's a lot of icons.
So I've got 3, and then you choose one for money, and you have 3.
He's got 4.
I've got 4. Oh, look at that.
So he's going to get the thieves, but you are going to get the clerics. So put these guys at the beginning of your dungeon there.
You can play either one.
And adventure phase. Yep, he goes first.
1, 3, 6, 8. Cleric.
I think you got this, buddy.
This.
And then 6 for the other cleric.
There you go.
Okay, so a thief takes 1, and 2, and then 5.
Yep, and perishes violently.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's really nobody likes the Tetris room.
No. Apparently not. So now because of that card, though, you have to destroy something.
So I'm going to destroy this card, which lets me destroy 2 of your...
discard action.
Must discard 2 room cards. Okay, so you have to discard some cards. Yeah.
Now, didn't you have something previously that said when I discarded stuff?
And then when you destroy this room, activate a room in any dungeon.
I think you might have covered it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Alright. So I lose the Chump Chomper and the Smashinator.
There we go. Here we see those rooms. Yeah, see, this is what I was talking about
Do
with
I
those.
lose my level? Do I lose my level up now?
No. But when you build a 5th room, it doesn't like re-trigger or anything. So like that's like what I was talking about with those like little nods to you know, the different gaming references. So that was actually, especially if you had that other room revealed, that would have been a good combination of things. There you go. So you guys get your rooms. We'll get our heroes. We have a vampire. We have 2 dark heroes, a vampire and a witch. The vampire is once per turn, any opponent may discard a room with a relic to give him +3. And the witch is basically the same thing, except you have to discard a room with a spell book. So.
It's in the very back. He draws first, so it's more XP, and then
It's the very back.
just the you only draw from the spell deck. And then continue building. In order to build an
I'm actually perfectly good where I am.
shares a treasure type.
That is a perfectly acceptable thing.
Oh, you know what? I couldn't actually build that there.
Why not?
Because it's not the same. This is advanced.
Treasure.
I thought you built it on top of.
That one, but
Well, you can, and they
same
still would
thing
have died
would
at the
have
same spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that would have.
Well, but the only thing is, then you actually would have went down in loot, and I think it would have been tied.
Well, no, he would have been at 1 or 2. 2?
He would have been at 2.
I would have been at 3.
And he would have been at 3.
actually, you should.
That is the one example where missing a rule does mess up.
You're almost there. I'm almost.
You just helped him
I just helped you.
by remembering
I'm
things.
helping.
And I'm not. So you have to stop them from coming my way.
I don't know that I can do that right now. I think it's
Well, since we think it's game, and I'm a little curious, and I want to see some epic heroes out here. I want you guys to see some epic heroes.
I will have.
So we are gonna.
I will have.
If we are pretty sure that he is going to win, why not?
we had some less. Yeah, we had less. What do you call them? Cards. If we would have played it properly with the right heroes, right?
Exactly. So
Two-player heroes.
yeah. So
like 3 heroes.
an epic hero, if you want to show that to the camera. Just like a normal hero, except more hit points, worth more souls, but also does more wounds.
Okay.
And we are going to put out the Brothers, which are the creators of this game, Brotherwise.
So this hero
That is them.
The dungeon with the highest total souls.
Yeah, it's opposite of the Fool, essentially. That
So he's coming my way.
Okay, so he's giving you the hero.
Is what he's doing.
he is going to come your way,
He has
but he also has 20 hit
20
points.
hit points.
Good luck with that one. Have fun with that one.
I cannot like interfere with it.
You can do that.
But right now,
Well, it's not like it takes 2 hit points off your guy, but
Yeah, you can't do that.
I mean, you would still live.
Well, here's the thing. Both of those guys are coming my way right now.
Yeah. So So you have to kill at least one of them.
And that kind of,
or you lose.
That kind of screws
Even
up.
though you've technically kind of already won because we know you would have killed those other guys. We're just doing this because you guys seem like you deserve to see some epic heroes.
So there's a nice epic end to this. This is good.
Yeah, you know?
Okay, this is a boss hero.
Go big, go big or go home.
What were those rooms that were discarded? I might be able to pull off something absolutely
Oh, that's stupid. I was going to say, you had an ability that did that, right?
Okay. This is a thief.
If there's no treasure marker, then
If I play that,
And the next
discard this spell so that I can once per turn choose a room card from the discard pile and put it into my hand. And I take the cursed 2. And then I use this spell, Surprise Gift, to give you this.
Supplies. All right.
So what he's doing, so you had, what, an ability that if you discarded
Discarded a spell, I can go get a room from the discard pile and put it in my hand.
There you go.
And then use that room to overwrite my treasure.
during this build phase, you may place a room in an opponent's dungeon instead of your own.
At least I dropped me down to 2.
You still build over.
Right now, I'm getting all of the warriors.
You do have to place it. It says place it face down over a face up room.
Over a face up.
So you have to place it over a face up room.
and this is gonna give me trouble.
You can't keep your opponent from building a room. We can get rid of one of his rooms.
Probably I can, but I don't think that's gonna help. I think I'm gonna take one more move. Yeah, I'll take one more. Okay.
That's all I had.
All right.
Yeah.
All with the goal of having things not come to me.
Okay.
Alright, let's reveal the rooms.
Will go to me, and the cleric will also go to you because
Alright, so you're at 2 gold, I'm at 2 gold. And the brothers just
simply passes by. And I'll take
1, 2,
another
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. And this goes away.
Yeah, it's only.
When a hero dies or survives this
If
room.
I want to use this, I have to use.
All right.
10 and then you doubled it or something?
No, I took 10 damage and then this room
This room gets destroyed because
gets destroyed when something
it
gets
blows up like as soon as you build it,
Yeah.
basically. So,
But it's okay.
and he took the 2 wounds, but he's not dead because that guy's not going to go to him.
And at this point, the thief has no interest in me.
3, so it's going to do 7 damage.
technically 2.
No! I'm gonna draw my card.
So even if I add 1 more health to it, it doesn't matter.
Okay, and then the thief doesn't go to me, right? I guess?
No.
Is that what we're saying?
No, because you guys were tied,
It would be more beneficial for you to
right?
give him 1 more health.
Because this was
Guys in
there.
the Fenrir Garden.
Well, I'm only at 1 treasure right now. You're at 2.
The loots. Yeah.
So the thief will be coming to you.
This round he'll be coming to you. Last round.
At the end of my round, though, I get to destroy stuff. So
Yeah.
So
He's going to even the playing field.
I don't have this in my hand.
destroy this, and you can't discard stuff. Right?
I have mine in Dr.
I'll destroy that one.
Alright, so that goes back over here then.
Yep.
Next round, I guess. He's already laid out the cards, so pick up your next round.
So you will do yours first.
Oh, there you go. That one.
Take 2, 4, and 1.
I was going to put these back. I'm actually surprised that I reached. I broke the deck and found where those cards were, just in case.
Shoot. Okay. Well, I really
Reveal.
I get a spell card from the discard pile.
When it's revealed, that happens. Okay.
Discard a mage room.
Well, in the discard pile,
So you can make it harder for your
there are 3 of them.
you have those to choose from.
and then we both draw a card.
Really like all these mechanics. Next hole.
So I lose. Yes.
We'll find out.
No, I'm pretty toasty.
Because even if they make it through him, he's still gonna live. He's probably still gonna live. Okay. So, Thief is staying, right? Because 1 and 1.
Cleric is coming my way.
Yep.
Because I have 2 and he's only got 1. Mage
And then
is going
mage.
his way for 3 points.
Okay. So,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So I actually killed mine. I kill mine.
Yeah, because you got that thing. I wish I would have been able to keep this guy or the Smashinator.
Off you
but
kill
losing
him.
Those guys was.
He goes there. He's worth 2.
But it
So-
doesn't matter because I took 6 wounds.
But also, you technically were going to win if we didn't place Epic here. So we'll call it a draw.
We'll call it a draw.
Call it a well-played draw. So that's.
Excellent game. Thanks for showing me.
Thanks for playing. Yeah, that's Boss Monster. It's a lot of fun.
I'm entertained.